What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Touchdowns to Home Runs post-game show. My name's Bernie. Thank you for joining us today. I hope that your Sunday afternoon is going very well. I know every time I can watch football on a Sunday, my Sunday is very good, and I hope that's the case for you guys too. I'm filming this video at the 2-minute warning of the Pittsburgh Steelers Cleveland Browns game, and I was really excited for this game coming into the week. The Browns-Steelers rivalry has become one of the best rivalries in the NFL. If we go back to last year, the infamous play with Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph, and I was expecting big things. Last year we had this fight. Cleveland was not even close to what they are now. Pittsburgh wasn't terrific last year, but again, without Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers came into this game 4-0, Browns 4-1, both teams on 4-game win streaks. And I had high hopes for this game. And at the time that I'm recording this right now, it's a score of 38-7 at the 2-minute warning, and just not at all what we were expecting or what we'd hoped for, unless you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Today, we're going to be just going through all of the stats of the game, stats from both teams. So let's get right into it. When you talk about a dream start for Pittsburgh, this is exactly what you want. Pittsburgh got the field goal to start the game. Browns' first drive, I think it was like the third play, and you get a pick six from Minkah Fitzpatrick. Fifth interception from Baker Mayfield of the year was that interception. And during that play, he had absolutely nobody open. But this was a big telling sign for me. If you watch the preview of the video, you know how high I was. I'm high on Baker, but I'm even more high on that Steelers defense. And I thought that it was a huge concern how much pressure the Steelers sent to the quarterbacks. There was one stat that I had talked about in the preview video. They lead the NFL sending extra pressure on 49% of dropbacks from quarterbacks. So we knew Baker Mayfield was going to be under pressure. The Browns were not ready for it, and you see Baker get forced into pressure right away. Chase Claypool was a big factor early on in the game. He had a crazy good catch just before the Steelers went up 17-0. I think he went up and was out at like the 3 or something. But this kid is absolutely amazing. He's Canadian, a product from Notre Dame, and he's a big guy. He's fast. He does everything that you want from a wide receiver. He's essentially a big tight end with the speed. And the Steelers have done, even in the past, such a good job developing these receivers. And Chase Claypool is no different. And he had a breakout game last week with the 4 touchdowns. He had another good game today. Let me pull up his stats. But he's developing into just a phenomenal player. 4 receptions, 74 yards again. He had that long catch like I was saying before. And he's becoming a big part for Ben Roethlisberger in this offense. And they can run the ball, but they're basically also saying, hey, we got a good receiving core as well. A bit of a scare for the Steelers in the first half. Devin Bush did get injured, and I also want to point out that Myles Garrett also got a sack, which now means he has a sack in 5 straight games. And he's really the highlight of that offense. And yeah, big stuff for Myles Garrett. Third quarter, I expected to see different things from Cleveland, hopefully make some adjustments. This is a team that's had 30-plus points in every single game. This is a team that didn't score in the second half, or at least with 1:44 in the Steelers' ball when I'm recording this. This is, again, a high-powered offense who just got completely shut down. Now, I do want to point out Baker Mayfield after last game. He did have that rib injury. You could see on a few of the tackles, few of the plays that he did look uncomfortable at a lot of points in the game. 10 for 18, 119 yards. He had the second interception again at the end of the first half, only 1 touchdown. This is by far the worst that we've seen the Browns this year. This is, again, what we've been seeing in years past, especially last year. This is not the Browns that we've come to see this year. In some garbage minutes, little to do with the Baker Mayfield rib injury. Case Keenum comes into the game. He was all right. There were a few big plays, I guess, that you could say they didn't convert on. But, yeah, all right, let's get into the individual and team stats. Let's start with the highlights, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger, 14 for 22, 162 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. That's what I've liked about Big Ben this year. He's not turning the ball over. 14 for 22 is okay, but the big thing is he's giving that run game and he's giving that defense a chance to show what they're made of. They still put up 38 points. Obviously, James Conner had a big game, which we'll talk about in a second. James Conner, 20 carries, 101 yards. Nothing really else in the rushing game. Not too much from Snell, Claypool. But this was one of the areas I said was going to be a defining moment. I mean, both of these teams had top run games in the league and top running defenses. And I said, let's see which one can prevail. And it was clearly Pittsburgh today. Not only did they shut down the run, but James Conner went absolutely off. Washington, 68 receiving yards. Claypool, 74 receiving yards. And I mean, this is looking like a really, really deep team, especially offensively. If we flip over to Cleveland, like I said, Baker Mayfield before, 10 for 18, 119 yards, touchdown, 2 interceptions in the first half. And with the injury and the garbage minutes, Case Keenum ended up coming in, 5 for 10, 46 yards. Again, he was okay, not great. That goes for both of them. In terms of the running game, they were a little disappointing. I mean, this is the best running game coming into this game. They have the best running stats in the league as a team. I know Chubb is still hurt. He's probably going to be out for a few more weeks, but Kareem Hunt only averaged 3.1 over 13 carries, only had 75 rushing yards in total, and I mean, they did get shut down. Beckham and Landry only had 5 catches combined. They only combined for 65 yards. And I mean, when you look at it, the Steelers defense had their way throughout this entire game, and that's what it really comes down to. There's a couple stats that I want to just look at here. 1 for 12 the Browns were on third down efficiency. And we can talk about how bad they were on first down and how bad they were on second down. But 1 for 12 on third down compared to the Steelers' 5 for 14. At the end of the game, started going for some more fourth downs later in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter as well, 0 for 3 on fourth downs. I mean, I think the Cleveland Browns, they're still really deep. They have a few injuries, but I mean, so did the Steelers, and they did not look good today. And I haven't watched the Cleveland Browns a ton, so I was really excited to see, the improvements they've made this year, but a little disappointed in that regard there. Coming up now, the Cleveland Browns next week will go to Cincinnati and face the Bengals and see what Joe Burrow, the rookie quarterback, is made of. The Bengals started really good against this game this week against the Colts, but looks like they are going to end up losing that game, but we're not for sure yet, so we'll have to see. But that should be a pretty good game. And then the Steelers will go to Tennessee. Tennessee ended up losing, which means they are now not undefeated, but still looking like one of the best teams in the league. So the Steelers will go to Tennessee in what should be one of the, if not the best games of the week. And hopefully they can get Bush back. Hopefully they can get DeCastro back. And if they play anything like what they did today against the Browns, it should be really, really exciting. And yeah, it should be a really fun game to watch. But if you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you. If you guys like these post-game talks and these previews, if you haven't seen them already on the channel, make sure to check them out. But if you guys are sort of liking the content that we're starting to put out, make sure to drop a thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to Touchdowns to Home Runs so that you don't miss out on these types of videos. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.